Welcome to Coffee with Cross. I'm going to get a coffee. It's Brian Foster.
How are you?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Brand new and improved Blind Samurai.
Yeah. Welcome to Coffee with Cross. I'm going to get a coffee. Oh, shit.
No, that's mine.
Oh, is that you? Okay.
We just heard ourselves in the past.
In the past, I heard it's time travel, man.
Yeah, man.
So what are you excited for? Are you excited for Fallout?
I'm so excited for Fallout. A lot of the people at work have advanced review copies, and they have nothing but good things to say.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited too. I don't have the time right now. I'm trying to stay away from it.
That's 100 hours.
Yeah. And it's in Boston. So.
Yeah, which I heard is very accurate too.
Well, to a destroyed by the apocalypse Boston anyway.
Right, but you can follow the old freeways, you know where you're going.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta find the fish. It's in here somewhere. Where you at, kid? Donde está the fish? He's moving, which is why I'm having a hard time finding him, which is something we have to kind of solve, right? Oh, actually. Is he not moving? Donde está my fish? Nope, yep, he's moving.
Let's go.
Yep, I'm gonna watch this. Just run it side by side.
I think you got the Game Genie on that.
The Game Genie?
Yeah, when the Game Genie was basically like a debugger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's here. It's just, oh, wait. He snapped back to I'm missing it. Oh, okay. I thought I fixed this last week, but I think what's happening is... Pew, 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 pew! Like laying down the law.
It's colliding?
Yeah, I think so. I think basically... I'm not getting a collision or something. Well, let's look at it. Tools, UScript editor. Let's open it up. Let's get the Fishy Show back up, and then I'm gonna do some UI today. Because I'm gonna put a button on screen that will call up the cutting panel, right?
Okay.
So that we can at least finish the whole loop. I was originally going to plan on let's just polish this tap and swipe, and I haven't gotten to swipe yet. But I haven't done the research on looking at how I want to do that swipe action yet. So what I want to do is actually let's finish the whole loop, which is tap, swipe, fish get thrown onto the panel, and only because I've been doing a bunch of UI work lately. So I think I've got a method to do it. We can do it pretty quickly today.
Cool.
I have a lot of side projects I have to get to this afternoon, so this is gonna be kind of a short show. So the target goal is to get. Actually, let's go to Keynote for a second. Today's goal. Let's duplicate this. Today's work goal. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's see. Actually, the tap fish is fine, but we'll use substitute a button for swiping to call. Actually, we'll call it trigger. Trigger UI panel slide out. After panel slide out, fish pop up, right? Just call it that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now. Oh, actually, this is going to be kind of interesting. It may not be a UI panel. We'll see how this goes.
Let's get jittery.
Let's get jittery. Use UI or we're going to either use camera frames, either use UI or multiple camera frames. So let's get this fish working first, just to get back to where we're supposed to be. I thought I fixed it last week. Let's find the collision bit here and see why it's not triggering. Let's go look at my own. And we're just going to spam and look for the fish because I know he's following this path-ish. Right? Okay, we know he's not showing up. So let's look at the script for clicking on stuff. Let's see. Let's look at sonar first. Okay, when they spawn, this is what happens when you actually click the thing. It spawns this sonar. There's a sonar piece. It grows. It's actually grow time is 0.3 seconds. Let's make it a lot faster, and I think that will make it a little bit more responsive to where our click is.
Bless you.
Thank you. Ping pong is going to spawn out and spawn back. I actually don't think we need a loop. I think it can just grow out and grow back, or not grow. Okay, delay, no delay, and then destroy yourself. That's what's the collision piece that's causing our bit. So let's go look at our sonar echo in the inspector, make sure that everything is A-OK. Alright, let's turn the mesh renderer back on for this for a second. Hold on, let me move this over, apply that. To verify that the sonar is working correctly. So we're going to go piece by piece. Okay, so our sonar is there. Let's look at the scene. Right. So pause. Let's find one of these sonars. I'm not fast enough. I'm trying to catch it before it dies.
Is the collision box in the right spot?
It is, because it has to be offset off of the water slightly. But let's, it might be the collision box because I don't think it's the sonar. So let's look at our sonar echo cylinder, which I turned on the mesh renderer for a second. Let's, because I think, actually let's hit play and see where the fish goes, right, from this side view. Because he might be moving below the pond. That's a good question, right? Like, is the physical collision box in the right place?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let's find our fish. Blind Samurai Koi 1. Okay, see how high off of the water the box is?
Yeah.
It might be too high.
Yeah.
So let's take the, let's go find that actual collision box. There's our collider. Right? Let's move it down some. Then let's also move it to, actually, that should be about right. Let's see if that fixes us. I don't want it to collide with the pond because that will constantly hit the physics system. Right? I want it to be offset from the pond a little bit. But we also have to check this while it's moving.
Ro, hola.
Hola! Hello, Ro. Well, I didn't get that in my chat. What's going on here? Okay. There's our fish. There we go. Yep. So it was purely a collision issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's go to the fish. I think we can make him last a little bit longer. So let's save our sonar. Oh, fuck. I hate you. Rolla!
Rolla.
Rolla, ola, rolla. Okay, let's look at our fish script. This is a script that's on the actual fish. When, and let's look for, this looks like a collision. On trigger, enter. Yep, I'm doing this game active. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Hurry up. Yeah, compiling. No! Okay. We'll need to change this at some point, but this works for now. Basically, I'm just turning the whole object on or off. When what I want to do is probably just turn off the visual. Like the fish is always there, you know what I mean? But I'm just turning the model on and off. So we'll do something a little bit different. So this is all working. This delay is 0.6 seconds before it turns it inactive. Let's have him show up for a full second. Okay. And then let's save this one before we go to the next one. Yeah, so what happened is the way I set up the collision and where the fish was I set the fish a certain depth below the water, and I set the collision to be on top of the water. But then when I put the path points in, I wasn't careful about how high they were. So it started to follow the path, which offset the relationship of the fish to the water in the collision. So that height changed. Okay, we're all there. Let's go here now. So we've got that fixed. Let's move to getting and I'm going to close this so that we don't have to compile every time. Let's work towards getting the slide out for when this happens. So here's a quick UI tutorial. Game object, we're going to add a button. Where's our button? Button. I'm going to make this button say something like, okay, you know what? Let's move this canvas all the way to the bottom so I can see. So, oh my God, would you just move? Am I in play mode or something? Why is this? Why nothing work? Come on. Jeebus. Am I just having one of those days? One of those days. Okay. We're gonna hit. We're gonna call this sliced. I sliced, right? So what's neat about this is now we're going to. I'm going to turn this panel on that I added a while ago. See how it's kind of translucent over the right side of the screen? I was setting up where kind of how I wanted it in the scene once it actually shows up. Now part of this is I'm going to turn this a little less transparent so that we can see it solid. Part of this is the fact that the reason I stopped it here is I want to keep Blind Samurai on screen because he's going to animate eventually while things are going on in this panel, right? So it's a nice thing that's going on with his whatever. Like he'll be animating to all your swipes and slashes. So I like the idea of keeping this kind of transparent, but I think maybe that's not going to work in the long run. So right now, let's keep it at that. I went to the asset store, and I don't like the fact that they make it show up in this window now, but let's pull it. Actually, here, I'll show you in Safari first. Let's do easy UI motion. And I pulled down, actually it might be, I think the one I pulled was called Easy Motion. Ooh, Easy UI draggable. Oh yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, let's go look at what I've got in my thingy. Yeah, log in. Oh, Jesus. Keep me logged in. Thank you. Okay, let's go see. I've got a thing here. And I'll show you UI. Come on. You can do it. Let's do easy. It might actually be easy. No? I guess it was Easy UI Motion. Okay, so Easy UI Motion, let's go look at it on the store. It was $10, but it was worth it because it gives me a way to do UI motion and some animation without having to go to script, which is kind of a pain in the ass, and let me show you why. The UI coordinate system is based on screen space, right? And it adjusts automatically, like it's dynamic to what screen you're on. So you can do things in this rect transform, like anchor it in the top left, anchor based off the bottom corner, etc., to move pieces around depending on the screen size and layout. What's really annoying about that is trying to do some kind of script control on it is you have to be kind of down with how the rect transforms work, right? I'm impatient and don't want to spend a whole lot of time dicking with that. So basically, I went and got this package for $10 and let somebody else do it for me.
Seems worth it.
Yeah, well, $10 to save, like, even if I save 1 hour in my lifetime, because I'm doing it this way, is worth $10.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Easy UI Motion, we will import this, and I will show you some stuff. Alrighty, should be in. Now, over here in my project, I should have a folder called Easy UI Motion, and there's some examples in here. You can take a look at these later, but what I will do is it now allows for me to attach things to UI panels, and I'll show you one of those. Up here in Component, UI, Effects, Open Close Motion, Sample Motion. It's grayed out because I wasn't on a UI piece. Component, UI, Effects, Open Close Motion, or Simple Motion. These are from Easy Motion. Mm-hmm. Right? So let's do this. Let's grab our panel. Fish slice panel is what I'm calling it. Go back to our game view so you can see it. It's over there. We're going to add a component. I'm going to do it this way so you can see it. UI, Effects, Open Close Motion. Right? Now when I want it to open, we're just going to do Open at Start so you can see it. We're going to do Move Effect, enable it, move in from the right, take 0.6 seconds, no delay, and ease. What's a good ease? I keep forgetting in and out.
Easy ease in is when you're going to go to a stop.
Right, so do I want cubic in?
Yeah, I mean, if you want it to be a little more Looney Tunes-ish, you want to go for more of the elasticity in.
Let's try that. We can play around with these a little bit. So let's hit
stretch.
Let's hit play.
But when would it come out?
Well, right now it's just going to come out right when I hit play, so we can see the eases. Right? I'm going to get that to feel good. We might want out because I might do like it accelerates and sudden stops. Yeah, right? Like a shoo kind of effect. Do 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 do.
I don't think it moved.
It might have happened. Hold on, let's hit it again. There, see it came in.
Yeah.
I'll slow it down. Ease time 2. Actually, the ease may not make a difference at that speed.
Yeah, I don't think the Skype video picks it up.
No, it's pretty fast. Also, it's right at the beginning. So what I'm going to do instead of open at start. We're going to trigger it from this button that I just put in, right? And I'm going to change the ease time to 2 seconds, right? And we're going to do cubic in and out. Sorry, cubic in, right? We're also going to allow a close motion, right? Move effect, enable move effect to the right. Notice this one up here is from and to. So we're going to go to the right. So we'll do cubic out to be the opposite of cubic in, so that this stays consistent. No delay, but nothing is going to call these. So when I hit play, we shouldn't see that panel at all. Actually, it starts closed. So let's go look at the scene real quick, and I'll show you on the UI canvas, which is freaking huge, that this is that panel, right? Out here. So what we're going to do now is trigger that panel from the iSliced button, right? This is the event, the built-in Unity event system. So I'll show you a couple of things here. We'll do plus, editor and runtime. We're going to tell the fish slice pane. I'm going to drag it right in here to tell that object something, right? So on click, see this on click event? So on click, when this is clicked, I am going to, in the editor and runtime, tell this fish panel, notice it lights up yellow on the left, right, when I click it, easy motion, open, close motion, right? So this is attached to that object, I can see it. On click, I am going to tell it to open, right? Let's see, let's do this, Control D to duplicate it, button, close, button open, and what we'll do is change the text as well. Instead of iSliced, close panel, right? And we're going to change this one to open panel. All right, so button open, tell it to open. You can read that it says open here underneath my ginormous yellow cursor. EM open close motion dot open, right? Which is tell it to open. Now on this one it says open, but it's because I cloned it. So I'm going to change this to EM close, and then we're going to save it. And I'm also going to move this button slightly up in the panel. Okay, go back to game, double check. There's my two UI buttons. Oh yeah, Josh, you scripted all your menu effects? Oh dude, this will save you so much time. Open panel, 2 seconds. Close panel.
Sweet. A garage door opener.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? I think it's doing a little automatic easing, or automatically doing the reverse on this. So let's do cubic in on both. 2 seconds is kind of long, but we'll sort that out. Right? Here we go. Shoomp. Shoomp. Right? Okay, so now let's turn off play. Let's knock this down to 1 second. 1 second may be the minimum amount of time that you're able to actually see it ease.
.5, you'd really see it.
Yeah, we might lose the ease though, especially if we drop any frames. But let's do like 0.6. See if we still get anything. Right? Because you want this to be relatively fast since it's part of gameplay, right? So doing anything 1 second long is long enough for you to make another decision, right?
I think that's cool.
Yeah. You can kind of see it, right? Okay, and just for shits and giggles, let's do out so you can see the difference.
That might be better, actually.
Yeah, it like slows down. Like it starts fast and slows down, right?
I think that one's better, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's
Ouch.
it's doing its thing. So we can also try. So let's try elastic out, right? And this should give it a little bit of a jiggle, right?
Yeah.
Shung, shung. Only thing is, it's so fast that it's making it jump a lot. So that's a little bit.
Can't you adjust that though?
Yeah, there's a setting for it up in the main panel somewhere, but I don't think we're gonna go with
scale effect.
No, that's scale effect.
Oh, scaling.
Yeah. Let's try bounce out instead of elastic. All right.
You can also make the panel bigger, right?
I could, but the thing that happens, there's some weird things that happen when you make panels bigger, is it will everything attached or all children to the panel will scale as well. So you have to be careful about what you do because sometimes you get unexpected results that way. You're like, Jesus, dude, my button looks like shit.
Yeah.
So open panel, close panel. I don't know if I like the bounce. It's a little too jaunty. Let's just go for our cubic out, right? And in fact, 0.6 seems slow now that we've been watching it, but that's okay. Yeah. I think it's fine for now. But what we want to happen here is actually I want fish 3D models to pop up, right? So what I think we may need to do actually is something completely different. So I just showed you that, which I think is great for argument, but I don't have Pro. If I had Pro, there's a different solution to this, which is just project a movie onto that texture, right? But what I think I need to do is come over to the side, right? And do set up another side scene next to this one. So which way is the camera facing? Main camera's facing down that way. Let's do let's go find some area here. I'm going to duplicate this camera. I'm going to turn this camera into slicing camera, right? We're going to grab this camera. I think I'm going to make it perspective for this because I think I'm theorizing that might look interesting in a way. But we're going to normalize this thing off in the distance, and I'll place it somewhere way out of the way. All right. So where's our slicing camera? You know what? Here, create empty. Slicing.
Rose asking if we're trying to bring back the word jaunty.
Jaunty? I don't know, Ro. Would you like the word jaunty to come back? Oh, wait. I don't want that. Minus 100. So it'll always be minus 100 on the x-axis from our main point. Oh boy, okay, I didn't, yeah, that is a slicing camera, okay. So this camera is, let's look over here. Let's normalize its rotations to 0. Let's take it over to here, which is more like minus 600. That's fine. Minus 600, notice it sees. Oh, you like jaunty? Come on, Ro. Field of view. It's fine. This should be all good. Okay, now we are going to not tag it as main camera. We're going to call it the add tag. Let's add a tag, and we're going to call this slicing camera. There we go. Let's go back to our slicing camera. Drop it into actually our slicing setup. we're going to watch this. I'm going to bring the slicing guy to my camera by making it a child first. 0, 0, 0, which is relational to the camera. And then we're going to switch the camera to be a child of the slicing setup so that it'll be my marker position. So let me see if I remember how to do this. Let's change the background to black. Actually, let's change it to something like that color. A little bit more on the orange scale. Okay, that'll do for now. Solid color in the background. That's our color there, right? Make our opacity on that 100%. We want it to everything to draw over. Now I am going to go to my camera. We're going to set up a reference plane just so that I can see 3D object plane. We're going to take this over here to use it on for, let's see, dev, but not, let's go to -3. Now let's select the camera as well. I want to see the camera FOV. Okay, let's go to this thing. We're going to move the plane slightly forward so that I know the edge of the plane is basically at the edge of the FOV, right? Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just so I know where the fish are going to emanate from. So actually, let's move it even a little bit further. Okay, we can see it down there. Now I will actually attach one more empty game object. We're going to call this spawner, SPWN, spawn fish for slice ing. All right. Fish for slicing. Okay, now we have an empty game object. So the idea is, through this camera, I am going to spawn some fish and throw them into the air, right?
Okay.
So let me grab one of these fish. I'm going to, actually, I'm going to go to our resources folder, right? Anytime we spawn something, it has to come from the resources folder. Let's see, BS Fish Koi Asagi. Duplicate this. We're going to call this Blind Samurai Fishing Koi Asagi Slicing. Okay, let's do that. And then we're going to do some things to this fish. I've got it selected here, but to get to the child objects, I'm going to have to expand it. And if I really want to see it, I think I want to drag it into the scene so I can pull it apart. He has this collider. I am going to, I'm going to have to bring it in. Let's take it to our slicing setup. I should have actually started a new fresh scene, but since this is going to coexist, we might as well do it here. Let's go to our fish for slicing. I moved the collider up. I am going to move the collider back down to the fish, and in fact I think I might, no, this has the rigid body on it. Okay, let's make this 0, 0, 0. Turn off the mesh renderer so we can't see it. Collider mesh, that's fine. Okay, now what we're gonna do is go back to the collider here. Rigid body, it doesn't say use gravity, it says is kinematic. We're going to kill that. We're going to use gravity. We're going to keep a mass of 1. Angular drag is how much it rotates, or how much it prevents rotation, right? Mm-hmm. Because drag is friction when you hit things, and angular drag is how stable it is in rotation. Not going to touch any of those for now. Let's leave that sort of alone, no constraints. What I'm going to do is when I hit the button this fish will spawn over here, right? So hold on, let me do this one. Go back over here. We apply this to that. Our fish is set up. Now we just have to put the camera on our game screen, right? Let's look at our camera settings. Viewport rect, let's call it 1.1, FOV, perspective, culling mask, everything should be fine. Let's see, near, far. Oh, depth, -1. So I think if we do 0, is it 2? It's 2, or is it deeper? There we go. Okay, so you see how the cameras switch places?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm changing their depth. So main camera is at -2. This camera is at is closer. Right? See that? I'm gonna just keep switching it. Let's see, -2. Right? -1. So we got it over. Let's play around with this viewport rect, and we're going to make its height at 0.5. Okay, so these numbers, height and width, there's a W next to this 1 and a height next to this 5, right, are relational to the screen. So it's 0 is nothing and 1 is full screen, right? So let's do height at 1 and width at 0.5, right? And we're going to change our position. 0 is X over here. Let's do 0.5 on that, and that gives us the right half of the screen, right? So let's do 0.6, no, 0.55. That puts us right where that panel is. Now let's do the thing is, the width is a little bit, which is going to be 0.45. Okay, and that should take us to the edge of the screen. Let's hit play real quick. Hey dude, just swimming along there? Just chilling, hanging out? Okay, now making this viewport show up is a whole different, actually let's hit play again, because open panel, close panel. Okay, the camera should have, let's go to 0, hit play. There we go. Okay, so our panel is static, right? Let's make this point. Okay. Now I need to make this animate in to be on that, and that I may not be able to do. What I'd like to do is project it onto my canvas, my fish slice panel, right? But I don't think I can do that. What I may need to do is some neat scripting to, is there an effect? No, I think it's a raw image. Josh, have you done this? Ha! I've been using Jaunty longer than any of those Neo douchebags, bro. No, not that one. Add component. I think the way you do this is image. No. Oh, it's already added on there. Okay. Yeah, this material will basically be, we create a camera, like a dynamic material that the camera basically casts to, but I don't think we can do that. So I'm going to do this in script. We're going to turn off this panel for a second. And what we're going to do instead is go to UScript, go to our UScript editor, right? Oh, Josh, what part did you miss? All right. Well, while you're answering, hold on. Events, UI events, UI button events. One there. Control D, Control C, Control V. Up, up. Feel like I'm training elephants. Up, up, up. Okay, we're gonna drag these buttons in. Come on. Game object variables. Button close. What's nice is later I'll be able to just substitute out these events for what I want to do, right? So let's do add comment. Okay. Camera panel from the right. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I actually like to do my comments now as like a box that indicates the whole area. So I just do the height, right? It's sort of next to the thing that's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Kind of blocks it off, gives you workspace.
No, Josh, I wasn't adding an image to the button. I was going to try and add a dynamic image to the panel, but since I don't have Unity Pro, I think the way to do that is complex and not accomplishable in the next 15 minutes. So what I'm going to instead do is try to scale the camera view that I created over the camera overlay here, right? So let's do this. Actions. I wonder if is it going to be under camera? No, it's going to be here. Let's do this. Let's go to our slicing camera. We're going to drag this in like this, right? And we're going to actually let me do it this way. Drag it in. Wait for the window to get excited so that it expands. Okay, now we are going to, let's go, okay, place other, find properties. We're going to look at camera properties, right? And let's look for the viewport. View for plane, blah, 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 nuclear network view, on post render. Main camera, name, near. Aspect, audio. Actually, if we want to do this quick and dirty, if I want to make it appear and not appear, let's do, and then we'll do camera animation next. But let me see if I can find the viewport right. I don't think I've got a full scroll out here. Let's look under reflected. Reflected, properties, camera. All right, let's go all the way down. Yeah, I thought we were a little bit. Can you see me use my bifocals? I'm using my bifocals. Let's see. One of these, and I think it might be the rect, is, so it's not properly, so viewport rect, right? Which is probably this rect, which is slicing camera. What I can do is, let's try and fiddle with this. What's our defaults? 0.550, 0.451. Select this. Come on. Yep, XY width and height. Okay, we will add, then I'm going to duplicate this. Control C, Control V. On close, we're going to go to we just want to change the width to 0. Watch this craziness. We're going to go to minus. Okay, and then we'll take this one back to 0. That should give us that. Let's do add action variable. Do you see a rect in here? If you know what I mean.
Above resolution?
No, that's going to actually change the screen resolution. Let's do set rect.
No, it said rect above resolution.
Oh, did it? Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Well, I've got it here. So we're going to set the rect to be these two new sets of values that I put in, right? It's going to start out. We'll fix that. And then if we want to actually tween this, I'll pull in iTween and we'll go between each two numbers. But I don't know if this is going to work yet. Yeah, I don't think you can do it to buttons. Or maybe you can, Joshua Chu. I'm not sure. You may have to make a completely custom button. You like my Dunkin' Donuts cup?
Yes.
It's old school.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's old school. All right. So we see it. Let's hit open panel. No, no, yes, no. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes, yes. All right. What did we get? Button open, button close, sliding rect, close, width, XY width and height. Actually, why nothing work? Why nothing work, Mr. Foster?
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, let me see. You know what? Let's check the console. There are 2 audio listeners in the scene. All right, let's go fix that real quick. Remove that audio listener on that camera because we don't need it. Now, setting the rect. Okay, I think I jumped ahead of myself. Let's do this. Let's do. Oh, you know what it is. Hold on. Add a variable rect, just a rect by itself. We're going to delete this one. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's who's that? Rob Ford?
Rob Ford.
Rob Ford, the Canadian Prime Minister?
Oh.
Or no, the Canadian mayor? Right?
Toronto.
Toronto mayor. Thank you, babe.
Yep.
Okay. And what I did there, let's grab this.
This guy's just a clown.
Oh, I know. Kind of fantastic in his sort of beautiful self-destruction. Because he's hip, man. Now, did you see that one, though? But when he was, like, accusing the other city council member of drunk driving?
Wasn't he hammered?
Well, he was in. They were in like council meetings, and he like looked at the other guy like taunting him, and then he goes like this.
Yeah.
Like, it's so brilliant. Yes, it was concurrent with the investigation into his crack use. So, Let's see here. So we want this one to be, well, basically when I hit one of these buttons, it's gonna shut it down, right? What I'm gonna do, it should make the hitting either button should make this just disappear, right? Do 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 do. This actually took me. So the way I learned about camera rects and stuff was basically I hit this little book with a question mark on it. Right, it's underneath my spinning wheel. There's next to the gear here, right, which gives you these options for the component. Is this book with a question mark? You click that, and it'll take you to the help file for that property, right? Nice. And so I went and looked at it and started going for it. I do that a lot with Unity because I just need to know how the system works so I can touch the values and properties and stuff. Oh, well, Josh at Chew, you can change the image on the button through script by telling it to assign a new image. Hold on, let's do this now that we're playing. No play. No play. No? There we go. Close panel. Okay, both of them shut it down. Now, let's do, turn this back on, and this actually might give us, actually I won't do that, that's going to confuse the issue. So close, we go to, actually what we want to do is go to 1, which is all the way across the screen. Hold on, sorry, we're almost done. 0.550. So moving it to 1 on the X value will give it the appearance of sliding, and then the point 0.45 and 1. We want this one actually to be 0.45 and 1. No, actually, god damn it. This sliding camera rect is getting set, so it doesn't matter if these are zeros. But we want this one to be 0.55. Move it to that position, 0. And then this can stay as 0.45 and 1. So we'll set that position there. Let me clear these out to make sure that we're not getting... Okay, 0.000000000. Oh, dude, Josh, UI work is actually a whole specialization. I mean, there are people that make whole careers out of UI. What are you saying, Ro? What are you referring to? Are you referring to the panel, the camera, the scene, UI?
I think it's the scorecard, the right panel.
Yes, it will self-populate. No, wait, I don't... Yeah, please clarify. Oh, wait, I saw a... Where's my... Oh, right, there's not going to be a visual of that. Hold on, so open panel. Did nothing, did nothing, did nothing. Not an instance, in base motion. Oh, right. Because... Oh, right. Yes, exactly. Yes, Josh, all of that UI should self-populate. Dell is right. Hold on, let's go to my buttons and pull off this EM motion panel piece. Pull that off. Okay. Save. setting this rect to 0.55. That should do the trick. I wonder if it's not refreshing or something after that. Ideally, I really don't like doing fiddling around with the rec too much, because I feel like, oh, for Christ's sakes. Yes. Okay, open panel, does nothing. Nothing bad either. There we go, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. All right, we'll make it look smooth later with our nice scrolling and whatnot. But let's do this. When we open, we have our spawn fish point. We have this come out. Let's do a actions, time, delay. Let's wait 0.2 seconds. Turn off single frame. In. Come on. In. Okay, after the delay, we will add action, game object, spawn prefab. All right, and this prefab will be create a linked variable. Let's go down into our resources folder, BS Akagi slicing, copy, select this value, paste. All right. And in fact, now let's do our spawn point. We will do our spawn fish slicing. Come on. Let's go. Yes, Ro is correct. Joshua Chu. He has mad experience. Come on. Give him the stick. There's our spawn point. I don't care about the spawn name right now. Okay, but I do care. Actually, I don't even care about the spawn game object yet. Because there are flaws with deleting things based off the game object unless you do some list work. But what this should do... Oh, actually, I take that back. I do want this. Create a linked variable. We're going to add action physics, add force, to the object that was created in the, hope I get this right. Let's create a linked variable here. Fish force, enter, let's compile that, and then this will be a perfect place to end the episode, because if this works, we're in good shape.
What's Gaspar?
Josh did a game called Gaspar's Ghost Panic.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It's out now. Josh, is it out now? Can you buy it? Is it purchasable? Hit us with some links. Hit us with that funky beat, Josh. Let's go to our scene. Oh, hey, look at that. Spawned a fish. Let's take our game sideways. Oh, I can't see the buttons when I'm doing it that way. Oh, there it is. I'm making fish, but they're not going anywhere. So let's do two things. Here's our plane. Let's take off the collider for this plane because we don't care. That might be fucking with us. Let's do our, look at our fish again. Make sure that our physics and everything is all good. Use gravity, this mass, etc. We should... Say what?
He said it's not on Mac yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, I need to check the Mac versions. I'll do that this afternoon, Joshua Chu. Let's see here. Okay. What we should see in the scene view, once we're done compiling randomness over there. No fish. Go closer. We should see from that position. Okay, fish spawned. It's not going anywhere. Let's check the console. Okay, good on that. Let's move our spawn point more into our camera view, so I can come back away from this piece. Test that real quick. Right. So in this camera view, we should see a fish show up. Come on, son. Yep. Oh, look at all those tails. Spawning, no physics. Let me double check that that's the only physics on that action. Animator, collider, rigid body, use gravity, not kinematic. Etc. Model, fish koi mesh, renderer, root. No, I don't see any other physics bits. Let's make sure that the plane that I created, so okay, let's see, where's my slicing setup. He has no collision. Spawn point has no collision. If anything, you know what should be happening is the fish with gravity should be falling through the world. Let me apply this, make sure that that goes to this bit. I'm going to delete this because I think, you know what might be happening is my two okay, there we go. Now let's check the collider. Use gravity, discrete. We don't need the mesh renderer for this. Actually, we might. All right, let's try this again. Get the name for this bad boy. Go over here. Yep. Compiling. Oh, nice. Send me the link for that too, Joshua Chu. I've got a tablet that I can test it on. Let's get jittery. Okay. Stay on target. We got our fish. Why nothing move? Why nothing move, Brian?
I do not know.
Okay, we have to get. We have to do this before. Oh, because I didn't add any force. That's why. Okay, hold on. I assumed that I had already done that. Let's go to UScript. Dirt! What script is this? Let's see, make this public. There we go. That's why it's not moving, but gravity should still be dragging it. Should be falling. I don't know why it's not falling, man.
Doesn't it need to play it?
Say what?
You need to play it in order for it to fall?
I was playing it.
Hmm.
Oh man, UScript, you're freaking killing me. Yeah, see, the base fish isn't even falling, so let's see. Right, I understand why. I think I understand why. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Later, later, dude. Oh, the collider's falling.
Not the...
Yes. Because the model's not attached to the collider. The collider and model were on the prefab. Yep, break to prefab as separate bits. So we were seeing the mesh there, but the collider was going its merry way, which seemed not correct. So now, let's, before we get started, that should be fine. Let's go to our UScript, find our force, fish force. Let's call this, let's do 10, right? And then let's hit play.
I gotta leave in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's cool. This is gonna work. Okay, we see no fish. I'm gonna close the panel. We open the panel. Boop. We got pushed up.
Good.
Let's change this force to 100. Okay, well, we got fish falling. We don't have fish popping up. Let's do 100 here. As soon as they're spawned, you know, it might actually need to be like 1,000. Yeah. Angry old man baby. Okay. Close the panel. Let's open the panel. Whoop. Okay, he popped up a little bit. We're almost done. We're going to get you out of here in time, dude.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So, I'll fix the force stuff later. This is the most brute force way to sort of do it. But This should pop the fish up significantly. In fact, I'm going to close this new script window. That's great. Close the panel. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, it's applying a force in one frame of that much, like of 10,000 or whatever. What we need to do is actually make this a, let's use force mode type, impulse, let's do scale, create linked variable, fish force scale, save. Save for debug. Grab this. Where are you going, man? What are you doing today?
Just to grab food with a friend.
Nice.
And my feet were freezing. I had to put socks on. It's cold.
Dude, it's cold. Does it remind you of Chicago?
Yeah. It reminds me of Chicago in September. Well, this is November.
Yeah. Right. Close the panel.
It was warmer in Chicago all last week than it was here.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's in the like high 70s.
Okay, I'll fiddle with this force stuff next.
Is there a way to change the position? Or
yeah, here.
It looks like it's starting and then just falling as opposed to starting from off screen and going up.
Yeah, let's do this. Well, I wanted to start it so where we could see it first, right? Mm-hmm. So it's getting a little bit of a force up, which is delaying its fall. Pew, pew, pew! Did you see him go by?
Yeah.
So we're making it rain fish. Here they come. Ready?
Seems very biblical.
Well, I moved the spawn point way up.
How are they dropping?
Well, they may be. They're not dropping from that far. I don't think. Oh, yeah, they are. I take that back.
Yeah.
Let's see. +5. There we go. Let's go back to game. So I don't think the force is being applied before. Like, I don't think they're actually active yet, right?
Yeah.
I'll add some delay frames to it next time and we'll get it, because I was wondering why changing the force is not changing anything. So we will do that. Okay, man. Cool. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Hasta lumbago. All right, dude. Have a great weekend.
You too. What's going on with that other project you're working on?
Which one?
The cutouts, the Photoshops.
Oh, so I am going to, hold on a sec. OBS didn't turn off yet. So I need to tie him down to get a, dude, force quit, you motherfucker.